Hi everybody, welcome back to Small Caliber Arms Review. I'm Richard, and today I finally got my hands on something that hasn't been made in over 90 years. This is a Savage semi-auto pistol. This is the Savage Stance. Let's get this box opened up and see what's inside. All right, get the box opened up. It's a pretty nice plastic case there. And we open it up and we find the little baggie in the top here with your owner's manual in there. There's also earplugs, a lock, and an extra back strap for it so you can change it out. This is the smaller one that's in the package there. The one that's on it is the bigger one. I'm going to leave that one on there. I've already had this out of the box and checked it out. It's going to come with 2 magazines. It's going to come with a 7-round and an 8-round. Let's get the pistol out of the box, get the box out of the way, and we'll get these tags off of here. There we go. Now it's a micro compact 9mm from Savage, and they haven't made one since I think 1928 was the last time they made a semi-auto pistol. They did make one, a single shot revolver, which is kind of an oddball, back in the 60s I think it was. Kind of a really odd gun, a model 101 I think it was, and one of these days I hope to pick one of those up. But anyways, here it is, the Savage Stance. Let's go ahead and get this chamber flag out of here. Get the slide locked open, get the chamber flag out. Now it does have ambidextrous slide and safety, slide lock I guess, and safety. Now I don't know that that's just a slide lock. You're not going to be able to hit that to release your slide, so you're going to want to pull it back and let it go. It has a stainless steel slide on it with the Melonite coating, I think it is, on there. It's ported in the front there, or just some lightning holes. Real good grip on it, either the front or the back. You can grab it in the back pretty easy. You can grab it at the front pretty easy. The front of it is beveled slightly, just so you get a little easier to get it in and out of a holster, or at least in the holster. 3-dot sight system on it. I think these are true glow sights that are on there. Little 2 white dots in the back and the big bright orange one in the front there. It's not a fiber optic sight, but it is pretty bright anyways. Takedown on this thing is a breeze because you don't need any tools. Go ahead and, once you've made sure everything's cleared, you see, and I just took the chamber flag out, no magazine in it, no ammo. Go ahead and pull it back. Lock the slide in the open position. You got this takedown lever on the side. It's only on one side, so you just take it and roll it down. Pull your slide back just a little bit to release the slide lock, and then pull the slide right off the front. Now, like I said, I've already had it out before, and I wanted to make sure I knew a little bit about it before I just did it right on camera. The recoil spring and guide rod here is pretty tough to get in and out of there, and there is, well, I'll show you once I get it out. Taking it out's not so bad. It is not a captive unit, so hold on to it so it doesn't go flying across the room. And if you look right here on this button on the back of it there, it's got flat sides on it, and those need to line up with your lug on your barrel there so that it moves back and forth through there properly. You don't want to put it in sideways like that because it'll be too wide and catch on there. And this is, like I said, it's not a captive unit. It's a bear to get in there, and these little edges on here are kind of sharp too, so watch that when you do it. So taking the barrel out, just pick it up like you do any other one. And it's a pretty beefy barrel in there. This is 9mm. It's got some really good rifling inside of it. Nice stainless steel barrel on there. 9x19, that's 9mm Luger. So you can get in there and clean everything up. It is a striker fired pistol. Putting it back together, just slide your barrel back in, pull it back till it drops down in there. And like I said, when you go to put this back in, it's kind of a pain. I'm going to try to do this where you guys can get a good view of it. The guide rod, the spring is going to hit right there. You've got to push that guide rod straight back, and that spring is going to want to bind on you a little bit. So just make sure it goes straight in there. Kind of hold it with your fingers and get that end of that guide rod lined up with the hole at the front, and get that button down behind there, and make sure that that is rotated properly so it slides back and forth through the frame pretty easily. All right, it's all in there. It's a little tough, and these are kind of sharp edges on there, so be careful with it. And then once you've got it all back in there, all you got to do is take and slide it right back on the frame, pull it all the way back, hit your slide catch, and then go ahead and rotate that back up, and everything's good to go. It does not have a magazine disconnect on it, so you can pull the trigger without one in there. Reset on it, is, to me, it's kind of long, I think. And there it is. And then take up again, and it's good to go. Let's get a trigger pull weight on this thing. Max was 7 pounds, 1.9 ounces. The minimum was 5 pounds, 5.3 ounces. And let's see, the average was 6 pounds, 5.9 ounces. So not a terrible trigger on this thing. All right, I've got the stance out here on the range. I went ahead and loaded up the 8-round magazine, and I'm gonna go ahead and load up the 7-round magazine right now. And one of the things I've found out on this is that last round is tough to get in there. Of course, with most semi-auto pistols, they're pretty hard to get in there anyways. It takes a little bit of force. The springs are new, so they're nice and stiff. The rest of them go in pretty decent anyways, but it's when you get to that last one, it's like the spring is in its max compression, and it really is tough to get the last one in there. Now this is a single stack, so it's not going to be as wide. I do have one of the magazine tools for a double stack. Make sure it's they're all seated in there properly, and it's going to be a little tough to push in there the first time because you're pushing up against the bottom of the slide, the piece that's going to strip the round off the magazine and put it into the chamber. They're a little tough to get that last round in there, and that's just the nature of the beast, I guess, anyways. They will loosen up over time. Now I'm going to get my eyes and ears on, and I'm going to take a couple shots from the Caldwell Matrix here. I got a little target up there, and we're going to see how it does for accuracy anyways. All right, now it's kind of cool out here today too. It's probably around, I'd say around 20 degrees. The ground's covered with snow. It's a bright sunny day out, so as long as you're out of the wind, it's not too bad. All right, we're going to go ahead and get one chambered, and we're going to take a shot at the little target up there to see how it does for accuracy. All right, there's 5 shots. We'll go ahead and put it on safe, and we'll go out there and take a look at the target. Okay, there's my 5 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had the top of the sights even with the center of the target there, so it's shooting quite a bit high anyways. Now, there's no adjustment on these sights other than drift adjust the rear sight. The front sight, there's nothing on that. Let's go ahead and do some body shots here on the silhouette target, and we'll see how that does. Might be a little hard to see because I've got plenty of holes in the back side of this target, so the light's kind of shining through right now. All right, I've got one still left in the chamber. I went ahead and loaded the magazine back up, so now I'm going to have 7 plus 1 in there, and we'll go ahead and get the body shots there, center mass on the silhouette target. Make sure you slammed it all the way in there so it is in there nice and solid. Like I said, you're going to be pushing against the magazine. The round is going to be pushing up against the bottom of the slide there. We'll give it a try and see how it does. All right, the slide does lock back on the last round, so all you got to do is hit your magazine release. I'm not real sure I don't know, it feels pretty good. It's a metal magazine release on there, it looks like, and it might be just a little difficult to get to. It could be because I got the gloves on, I don't know. But it shoots good. That's a pretty good grouping right there. It looks like everything is in the X ring and the 10 ring. I don't think I see anything outside of that. Let's go ahead and get the other magazine loaded in there and just do some rapid fire mag dumps on it. Okay, now this is the 8-round magazine with the pinky extension on it, and we're just going to do some headshot mag dumps. All right, again, locks open on the last round. No failure to feeds there. It is shooting a little bit high. Let's look at that real quick. The 8 rounds I put in the silhouette target. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I did miss with one of them on there. Like I said, it is shooting a little high. I'm aiming toward the center there and hitting a little bit high. It's not terrible recoil on it, even though it is a micro compact, I guess. it fits pretty good in the hand, especially with the extended magazine in there. Let's go ahead and take a couple shots of the steel target up there. All right, again, I apologize for the silhouettes here. I got no control over the natural lighting out here, but my steel target is like right there somewhere. I've got the 8-round magazine loaded up, and I'm gonna go ahead and take 8 shots at that steel target and see how it does. All 8 of them went right there at the steel, rang it every time. It's a good shooting gun, I think. It had a little issue there with that first round. I'm not sure what happened there, but I just racked a little bit and it did go off. I'm still not a real big fan of that mag release. I mean, I like that it's ambidextrous and it works, it's metal, but it seems like it's a little hard for me to get my thumb in there. Plus the bottom of my hand might be up against the bottom of the magazine a little bit. Let's do a little bit of 2 and 2 with this thing. Okay, I don't have a mag pouch, not that I could get to it anyways. I'm a little bundled up here to combat the cold. I've got 2 rounds in each magazine. I'm gonna start out with the 8-rounder and then we'll switch to the 7-rounder, and I think I'm going to try it without gloves on. As long as I'm in the sunlight and out of the wind, it's not too bad, but see if it's a little easier to get to that mag release on there. Yep, I think that's it. Must have just been the gloves. Not too bad. So far, reliable. Of course, I haven't even run a whole box through it yet, but I like the way it feels. It feels a lot like my M&P Shield, but I like the more aggressive grips on it, the more aggressive stippling texturing that's on there. It's actually a little excessively rough, I guess, because I don't know if you'll be able to see in there. This is a little bit of the leather palm off my gloves there that's, I guess, kind of sanding down on it some. It'll wear them in, smooth out the calluses. Not too bad. I kind of like it. All right, guys, that was it. That was 50 rounds with the Savage stance. It's a brand new pistol for Savage. Like I said, they haven't made one in over 90 years or something like that. It's a good shooting little gun. It's very well made, I would say. Nice stainless steel slide on it with the Melonite coating on it, stainless barrel on it. The only thing I do not like about it is just the recoil spring and guide rod. That's the only thing I don't like. Hopefully they'll improve on that a little bit. It kind of wants to bind up a little bit when you go to put it together. But other than that, it shoots good. The sights are easy to see. Well, one thing I can tell you is that little orange dot on the front there has fell out. It was a nice, pretty little orange dot, and it's gone now. Might have to talk to them about that. They do have it available with a night sights too. Hopefully they won't fall out like that. But other than that little mishap right there, it's really a pretty good little pistol. I like the feel of it with the extended magazine in there because you can get a really good grip on it. It's not terrible with the shorter magazine on it. It's going to be a little easier to conceal. Now, one thing I did try, since I don't have a holster for this, being a brand new gun, it's kind of hard to find some of the accessories for them when they first come out. Later on, I imagine they'll be making holsters for them. I tried it in the Shield holster, and although they're real close to the same size, it doesn't quite fit in there. So, I mean, I have to wait till the aftermarket catches up and make some holsters for them. Of course, if you know anybody that makes the molded ones, the thermal ones, the Kydex type holsters, you could probably have them make you one. I would like a nice leather one for this, or maybe a hybrid leather Kydex type holster. But not a bad shooting little gun. Takedown is pretty easy on it. The recoil spring and guide rod is the only thing I don't like about it. You got to be careful with it, the little sharp edges, and then try not to get your spring in a bind when you put it back in there. Other than that, it's not too bad. And yeah, I don't know why they waited 90 plus years to make a nice semi-auto pistol. but hopefully they'll keep on doing it and make some more innovative guns. Good quality, good feeling gun. I kind of like it. Anyways, if you could hit this button up here to check out some of my other videos, hit this button down here to subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching Small Caliber Arms Review.